All right, Alabama fans, here we go with your statistics predictions for the score this weekend as Alabama heads on the road to Tiger Stadium to take on Les Miles and the LSU Tigers. A lot of hype about this game being a trap game, an upset game. I'm hearing that from some people, especially the talking heads on TV. And then on the other hand, you're hearing people, and some good people in the know, saying it's going to be a complete blowout by Alabama. So it kind of depends on who you listen to. Let's talk a little bit about this Alabama rushing defense first of all. They lead the league, allowing 78 yards a game. What might be interesting to note is who comes in second, but it's a very distant second, would be Florida, who has just sucked all season. The only thing they have had going for them is a defense, but they are the second-ranked rushing defense. So the Alabama defense living up to the hype of what you would expect a Nick Saban defense to be, especially on rushing. And their passing defense, well, the passing defense not quite as good. They're ranking like 5th or 6th, I believe, in the league, giving up about 200 yards a game of passing, which isn't horrible. But it's certainly, I don't think, lives up to the defensive standards you usually expect from Nick Saban. That being said, it's not that horrible. If you look at the offensive side of the game, how well the team is doing, they're ranked 3rd in a passing offense, 290 yards a game. They're behind only Texas A&M and South Carolina, and the way Texas A&M has been playing lately, if they continue on a meltdown status, I would expect Alabama could very likely pass them in that statistic as well. And then if you want to look at rushing offense, Alabama is ranked 6th in rushing offense, 218 yards a game. Of course, probably not a surprise to anybody that Auburn is on top of that. They do have a pretty heavy rush first, play action kind of offense, and as the season going on, they continue to do it well. Nevertheless, Alabama's putting up good numbers, and TJ Yeldon and that backfield has been doing a really good job of that. So what do the statistics say? I got to tell you, we've been pretty accurate all season in the statistical head-to-head matchups as we put teams together. We tweaked it a little bit last year. We were way off on the Auburn game. But other than that, we've been pretty dead on all season. So we'll take a look at it. We're using Alabama's away game statistics versus the LSU home game statistics. And that oftentimes will skew things a little bit heavier. I think it was part of what was the issue was with previewing the Auburn Ole Miss game. But the other thing was that Auburn had continued to get better in the last couple of games, and so it skewed it a little bit. I tell you, this game is going to be kind of the same situation because Alabama, I think, is continuing to get better and better and better every week. And on the other flip side of that, so is LSU. To the point that it's kind of hard to know what team you'll see this week, because are they going to be the same as they were last week, or will they have again jumped leaps and bounds into how much better they've gotten, which I think is going to make this a hugely interesting matchup. And of course, it's always tough to play on the road. Nevertheless, statistics have Alabama putting up about 19.5 points on the road. You know, we can round it up and we'll go ahead and call it 20, probably to be fair. And the LSU offense at home expected to put up about 32 points. Let me tell you, if that happened, I think that would rock not only the SEC, but would rock the college football world if LSU were to put up that many points on this Alabama defense. You know, LSU, God, they can rush. They're starting to find that rushing identity, which is not something they were really settled on, I think, early in the season. They kind of figured that out. They kind of figured out what they're going to do. You know, it's going to be interesting. Alabama's good against the rush, and LSU is getting better and better at rushing. So it's kind of a strength-on-strength kind of thing. We'll see if they're able to pull that out. Nevertheless, that is your statistical analysis and points predictions. That's what we've got it. We'll see what happens. I think the line is around 6. And that being the case, you would definitely be well served from a betting standpoint if you were one of those people to take LSU. I know if you're a Alabama fan, it's hard to do that for jinx reasons. Nevertheless, the final score prediction is LSU over Alabama 32-20. We'll have to see how that pans out.